Colin Kaepernick is officially back in the NFL. Well, kinda sorta. At least according to the news released on Wednesday, where the world found out that Kaepernick and the Las Vegas Raiders have a workout scheduled. Now, I know what you're saying, a workout? Really? Does that really mean he's back? Well, no. But this is a huge step in the right direction for Kaepernick if he wants to make it back into the league. And in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what this means for not only Cap's future, but the future of the Las Vegas Raiders. And before we get on with the video, how about you take a quick second to pause, smash that like button while clicking subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss any of the newest videos. Anyway, let's get back to Cap. On May 25th, 2022, reports came out of ESPN saying that the Raiders will give him a workout later this week. And this is such a big deal since the last time Kaepernick had a workout with an NFL team is when he visited the Seattle Seahawks in May of 2017. But he didn't participate on any on-field activities, and he wasn't even offered a deal afterwards, so I wouldn't even count that. But I think a major reason Kaepernick is getting this opportunity is not only because it looks good PR-wise for the Raiders, but he's getting this opportunity because of some help from when from when he threw to undrafted NFL receivers in front of scouts during a halftime session at a college football game earlier in the year. I mean, there he kind of showed NFL teams that he's still got it, even 6 years later. I mean, the dude can still ball, and is probably in the best shape of his life at this point. So, let me remind you that the reason Kaepernick isn't in the league right now and lost his job wasn't because he was, the worst QB out of the 32 starters, because he wasn't. He wasn't the greatest, but he was better than some of the starters in the league. No, the reason he lost his job in 2016 was because he knelt during the national anthem to protest police brutality and social injustice. Yes, 2016, 4 years before the BLM movement and when America was trying to fight for Black lives. I mean, this guy was ahead of his time and got punished for it, which is just insane.
For what he believes in.
When there's significant change, and I feel like that flag represents what it's supposed to represent, and this country is representing people the way that it's supposed to, I'll stand.
Kaepernick's gesture and voice have resonated unlike anything we've witnessed by or from an athlete in years.
I mean, he didn't deserve that. And so teams would go on to be accused of blackballing him out of the league due to his political beliefs. And if this is true, then the Raiders giving him an opportunity to work out is just a massive step forward for the league. It shows things are changing. And of course, the Raiders would be the team to give him the opportunity, considering the fact that they're one of the more progressive franchises in this league, especially due to the fact that they were the first team in NFL history to hire not only a black head coach, but a female chief executive. And now, what does that mean for the Las Vegas Raiders? I mean, the Raiders are coming off of a phenomenal regular season in which they pushed past a strong AFC West division to squeak into the playoffs. I mean, the people they had to play, like Patrick Mahomes twice a year, Justin Herbert twice a year, whatever the Broncos had, they beat them and squeaked into the playoffs. And I honestly think they could have gone far this year had they not played the eventual AFC champs, Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals, because the Bengals are different, So had the Raiders matched up against, I don't know, the Patriots, I think they could have made it out of the first round, if I'm being honest. That's me being honest. Anyway, the Raiders are coming off of a great year is what I'm trying to say. So why get Kaepernick? Especially since, they just gave Derek Carr a 3-year contract extension, signed like in 2022, and that's adding on to the final year of the previous extension. So he's got like 4 years on the contract. So why give Kaepernick a shot? Well, I mean, it's clearly not to be QB number 1. That's Derek Carr's spot. The reason I think that they're giving Kaepernick this opportunity is because they don't have a QB number 2. Like, look at the depth on their roster right now. Other than Derek Carr, they got Jared Stidham, 6th round pick, who was supposed to be the next Tom Brady for the Patriots. But yeah, that didn't really work out since they signed Cam Newton like immediately. And besides him, they have a former QB, Niner QB, Nick Mullins. You might have heard of him like a few years ago when everyone and their mom was hurt on the Niners, and they just threw him in there. And besides them two, even them two, there's nothing there. But the 4th QB they have on the roster right now is Chase Garbers. Many may not even know who that is, but as a Berkeley fan myself, I'm very familiar with Garbers. Wasn't the best college QB, I don't even think he got drafted. So obviously Prime Kaepernick is better than all of the guys I just named. And as long as he shows up, like the Kaepernick of old shows up, I think he has a real chance at being a starter in this league again. And finally being welcomed back into the NFL family after a long 6 years. Yes, it's been 6 years. I mean, sure, the last time he played with the Niners, it didn't go well. He finished the season 1-10 in the games he started. But was that really his fault? I mean, I don't think so. The guy threw 16 TDs and 4 picks in those games. I mean, those are phenomenal numbers. Let's be honest. So I think it was more the team in general just kind of sucked at that point. They were like 4 years removed from their championship run. So the team was old. And I got something for you that proves this. And it's the fact that the Niners gave up 36 sacks in the games that Kaepernick played for them. I mean, he played, 12 games, started 11 that season. So 36 sacks is a lot of sacks. And let's not forget that when Cap was in his peak, he not only led the Niners to a 12-4 record in 2013, but he had a decent 67.3 QBR while throwing a career-high 25 TDs. I bet none of you guys have thrown 25 TDs in an NFL season. Let's be honest. None of you have. So don't tell me that's low. And that's not even including the fact that he had a career-high 3 game-winning drives that year. So the guy was clutch. The guy made clutch runs. And as long as, like I said, as long as Cap shows up in those workouts, I personally believe that he will be not only coming back to the NFL, but coming back eventually as a legit starter. For what team? I don't know. Come on. The Panthers don't have a QB. Maybe he gets moved to the Panthers this season or next. Whatever. It's going to happen. I mean, what can I really say other than Cap is back? And later.